What's up, guys? We are S.A.D After Dark out of Brooklyn, New York, your new favorite band. I'm Sifa Graffiti.
I'm Dan Berg.
Check out our latest music. And check us out reacting to Cheepnis, the in-studio recording by the one and only Frank Zappa, suggested by our patron, Wayne H. Shout out to you, Wayne. And guys, be like Wayne. Head on over to Patreon. Subscribe for as little as $1 a month. Get in on telling us what to react to. And don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe if you like.
1, 2, 1, 2. I ate a hot dog. It tastes real good. Then I watched a movie from Hollywood. I ate a hot dog. It tastes real good. Yum, 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 yum. Then I watched a movie from Hollywood. Yum, 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 yum. A little Miss Muffin on a squat by me. I took a turn around and said, can you see? A little strange from the giant spider. The zipper from the Black Lagoon. The bitch by the taste where the bubbles go. And the flaps on the side of the moon. The jelly and pain on the 40-watt bulb. The usual, the slimes usual off. The rubbers and the wrinkles and the corn. Rock, yeah. And the canvas of the cave is too soft. The shoes and the hats and the ties too wide. And the short full of scientist man. The chemistry lady with the roll away. Yeah. While the monster just ate your band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the monster, which the peasants in this area call Frunobulax, apparently a very large poodle dog, has just been seen approaching the power plant. You guys didn't. I can't cue them for that. You have to show them the ah. Watch George for the ah. Okay, top again. Barry, I want you to take a look at their music parts here. Would you mind showing the camera? Oh.
I can't see shit.
I thought it was nothing. I thought it was a joke.
Wait a minute, hold it the right side up so that you can see that it says over here in this area. But wait a minute, this
is he fucking with us?
This first part is I ate a hot dog. It tastes
no, he's not.
Real good. Then I watched a movie from Hollywood. Monster, da 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 da, ooh 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 ooh. Scream, my baby.
How can you say this?
Exactly, and now he's got the nerve
now
to
he's
laugh.
laughing.
Okay.
My baby, and then several slashes, which apparently indicates that it's supposed to be repeated several times. Then it says, my baby, go to the shelter. Then over here it says, laugh, ah, ha, ha, ooh, heck, do, ah, horrible eye, several times, go rolling around.
She's working hard.
Do, ah, ha, ha, ha.
She can't believe
now,
this
for
shit.
those of you in the audience who have already seen the musical parts that we're going to be working on tonight,
Her brain is
when you
on
see these
over.
parts come in, or when you hear them come into the arrangement, feel free to sing right along like this because this sort of entertainment is wholesome and it's good for the entire family. Now let's go right to the beginning of the song.
And he always
and
just
attempt
sounds
to
like
do
a
it
radio
perfectly
DJ.
all the way
Yeah.
through.
That voice. Okay.
Are you ready?
Hey, Ruth. Okay. Bye, guys.
Hey.
I ate a hot dog. It tasted real good. Then I watched a movie from Hollywood. I ate a hot dog. It tasted real good. Yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum. Then I watched a movie from Hollywood. Yum, yum. Yum, 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 yum. Little Miss Muffin on a squat by me. I took a turn around and said, can you see now? A little strange from the giant spider. The zipper from the Black Lagoon. The bitch by the taste where the bubbles go. And the flaps on the side of the moon. Jelly and pain on the 40-watt bulb. The usual is lambs usual off. The rubbers and the rivers and the cardboard. Rock, yeah. The The chemistry ready to roll away. While the monster just ain't your bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, the monster which the peasants in this area call Brunobulax, apparently a very large poodle dog, has just been seen approaching the power plant. Bullets can't stop it. Rockets can't stop it. We may have to use nuclear force.
What is it? What is it now? Must be that fool. Everybody's talking about that old hat fool. Fool bite you. Fool shoes you. I want to get you. Slam all over. I want to squirt you with a thing. I want to squirt you right now. I want to squirt you right now. Just like you said. Your last chance. Just like you will. Might be your last chance. Gotta get away. Follow me. Go to shelter. Follow me. Go to shelter. Go to shelter. Baby. Go to shelter. Shelter. Go to shelter. Baby. Go to shelter. Go to shelter. Little little smoking on a squat by me, can you see the little strings dangling down? Makes your legs go wobble in the mouth. In the harbor line, in the harbor line, you see it all, you very ugly, you laugh till you're weak on your knees. If you can't, I'm sorry, 'cause it's all I wanna. I need a little more cheapness. Baby, I'm sorry, 'cause it's all I wanna know. I need a little more cheapness, please. Baby, I'm sorry, 'cause it's all I wanna know. I need a little more cheapness, please. Baby, I'm sorry, 'cause it's all I wanna know. I need a little more cheapness. Baby, I'm sorry, 'cause it's all I wanna know. I need a little more cheapness, please. Baby, I'm sorry, 'cause it's all I wanna know. I need a little more cheapness. I'm sorry, 'cause it's all I wanna know. I need a little more cheapness. Baby, I'm sorry, 'cause it's all I wanna know. I need a little more cheapness.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow. That was great.
Yeah. It's so cool to see this because it's like there's. Let's just get Frank's big face on this. It's just so cool to see this because it's like I feel like there's not really that much footage of stuff like this from Zach because like there wasn't, cameras just everywhere back in the day. So it's like how much footage like this is there really even that exists of him?
Yeah,
doing this?
I would love to see every Zappa song with an in-studio recording because this was fun. Like we didn't get distraction from the crowd and a lot of the crowd antics that they have, the blow-up dolls and the dance parties and stuff like that. Even though that's all cool and stuff, I love to see the workmanship of it all. You know what I'm saying? Because time is money here. You know what I mean? So you got to get it right, and I just love seeing that.
We should clarify that we have heard the song before.
Yes.
We just never saw this behind the scenes kind of stuff before. And you know what I was thinking? It's really interesting. Like, we always kind of say how it sucks, how, like, being a musician now, like, you have to be constantly, like, doing stuff besides music, filming, and social media and all this stuff. And I just think about it now. I really just thought about it, like, literally as we're doing this. It's like, let's say 10, 20 years from now, somebody's, like, a big S.A.D After Dark fan, right? And they want to know more about S.A.D After Dark. They can go on YouTube and find everything. They don't have to be like, oh man, I wish there was more of this footage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they could see the progression the whole time. Whereas, like, stuff like this, for this whole era, it's like, you might get every couple of years, you might see something really cool from Frank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might have some cool footage from 73, some cool footage from 76. You know what I mean? But you don't have all of it.
Right.
And that's pretty
true.
cool.
Yeah, but I think that's kind of cool for all the rockers that came before us because that kind of like gives them more value in a way. It doesn't cheapness them. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so it's like, and then I'm thinking in terms of money. If I was a family member or something like that, you could make that a little bit bankable. Not necessarily the YouTube videos, but like a song, whatever. Like,
as the Zappa Family Trust has.
Yes, they have. We know a lot of you Zappa fans are like, screw you guys for doing that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I totally get it, though, because Well, I think there's enough Frank Zappa videos where he's explained himself. I was going to say, you know, maybe a lot of these artists didn't get a chance to really explain themselves to us. You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think that's really just a benefit of who Frank was as far as existing outside of like the system, because you know we have so many interviews where of Frank talking about his general philosophy and like how he thinks, and he wasn't afraid to say that kind of stuff because he kind of made his own world as far as music.
Yeah.
Whereas like somebody that's like signed at the behest of like a major label, it's kind of like, oh, well, I gotta say this or I might get fired, and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But Frank, as we talked about, and check out our podcast on Frank Zappa if you want to hear us talk more about it. But he obviously made his own lane. He wasn't scared to say whatever the fuck he wanted to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's just a big benefit of him in particular. But a lot of other musicians from this era, we don't really have stuff like that.
No, not at all. Like, you know, David Gilmour can't explain himself.
He could now if he wanted.
He could now if he wanted. He can go on his social media.
Go on Howard Stern. Could you imagine David Gilmour and Howard Stern?
Man, I think Howard Stern would have to bow to David Gilmour after a while.
I think Roger Waters actually was on
Really?
Howard Stern.
I can see that happening.
Okay, that's not important. This was great. we're off on a total different here.
Yeah. This was totally cool. I liked seeing everybody at work, and you know what's interesting because you see their working personalities compared to their stage personalities.
Yeah.
And so these guys are pretty much different on stage. They're a lot more animated, but like they said, Ruth likes to go home and read a book. She's the same in the studio as she is on stage. So yeah, she's pretty honest there, and that's cool too.
Yeah, and I always love seeing how serious Zappa's face is while he's telling him to do this crazy shit. Okay, talk about the hot dogs now. Now you go do do da 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 do D. Now you go do do da 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 do. Okay, let's go. Yeah, no, I love it. I love his whole thing that he had going on. It's great. Love that guy. Shout out to the legend.
Serious face with kind eyes. That's Frank Zappa.
That's right. So shout out to Wayne for bringing this to our attention. I don't think we ever would have found out this existed unless we just went on a super deep Frank Zappa rabbit hole, which, you know, we've done before, but this never came up. So.
No, give us more like this.
Yeah, if there's more footage of stuff like this, please suggest this, because I love seeing the footage of Frank as much as I love hearing the music of Frank, which... Actually, he would probably be upset to hear that, actually. But I'm sorry, Frank. It's cool to see you. You're an interesting guy. So shout out to Wayne. Shout out to everyone on Patreon for helping make these videos possible. Shout out to everybody watching on YouTube. We're S.A.D After Dark. We'll see you soon.